So today I'm going to show you guys how I created my current YouTube banner. Now that summer is coming around, I really want to make a new YouTube banner, and I decided to record the process for noobs like you and me who don't know how to work with Photoshop. You only need 3 programs, including Gimp, which we will be using for a text, Paint Tool Side, which is an art drawing / program, and PicMonkey, which we'll be using for the banner and some additional features. So what I like to do before I go ahead and make my banner is to look on some different websites for some inspiration. I like to go to the websites that I'm familiar with just so I know kind of keywords to look for. Go on YouTube, I look at other people's banners, but be not mistaken, I do not copy. Normally during moments like this I would go on Skype and Skype with my best friend, but she was at work so I couldn't really do that. But we had a chat on Skype and I noticed it's like totally that kind of information that nobody cares about, nobody wants to hear it. But this is really what I did yesterday when I was making my banner, so I just included it anyway. And if you don't want to see it, well, that's too bad because I just put it in there and I won't edit it out, so you'll just have to sit here and listen to me talk on Skype with my friend. Next, I will put on some upbeat music to listen to while I go ahead and make the simming cast.
Loneliness is colorblind. All I saw was rainbows, there was no gray. I think I better find someone new. I think I better find something true. We gotta stop living a life, fiction's not a real.
No, really, I've been obsessing about this song and it is so good, so good. Yeah, we're almost there. I want to show you guys the cast for this sim because I know some of you guys really enjoy watching those kind of videos. So I'm just gonna speed it up, leave it in, and have some upbeat music for you to listen to. Oh, and if you're wondering, I'm still playing on my friend Ryan's account.
Ask me what I did with my life. I spend it with you. If I lose my fame and fortune, as long as I got you, baby.
So I already had my base banner down and I couldn't pick between some hairstyles, and I wasn't really sure if the skin color and the sim was going to match well with the actual banner. So what I did was I placed down some of the colors I was going to use and put the sims in front of it, and that's kind of how I looked and to see which one I was actually going to use. Just a tip I want to give you guys, just in case you're going to try out Paint Tool Side and you don't really know the basics. What I did here was press the select button, and then next to it is the deselect, which has eraser. So what I want to do is I'm going to select the select one, and then I brush down the hair or the part I want to color. I want to brush that out with the blue color, and then once I have the color I want, I just select a different brush or press any other button really, just so that I can see the color instead of having the blue. Then what I did next is not as visible in the screen, but I went to filter, and then I pressed hue and saturation, and then the other one is for brightness and your contrast. I went to filter and then the first one, and that's how I changed the color of the hair, but also adjusted the brightness of it, and that's kind of how I normally would do all my coloring. So as you can see, it didn't work for me, but what you can do is make a new layer on top of the base layer, and then you set it to either multiply or screen or overlay. You want to select one of those and then color over it, and that's kind of also how I like to do it, and in this case this is how I did it. Also, if you wish to know how I cut out my things, do you guys see that little swirly thing next to the wand and on top of the magnifying glass? Next to that one is actually a square, and you can use either of those to cut out your things, and then go on the top of your bar, so on top of the paint tool size screen, and then you have edit, and then you can cut, copy, paste, and do all that kind of stuff. Once I had my base color, I just added in some effects and added those to the layers, and then I set them to overlay or screen. I just kind of mixed and matched around and looked what I liked. And so once I had the base down, I went ahead and cut out a picture of my sim, and then slightly brushed away the background that was left from taking the picture. I went over to my YouTube page, and I always do this. I take a base or slightly more, progressed picture, and I will go over to my YouTube page and put it in there, and then I will go to my front page and then kind of look if I like it or not, and then go to my video page and also do the same, just to kind of look for things, for mistakes, for color changes I might not like, or for the size of the banner. Just so much things, and I'm really picky, so I always do these things. And for me, I don't really mind having a really bright or really like a banner that really stands out, but I always feel like it needs to look a certain way and it needs to kind of fit with the rest of my videos. But I felt like this color was right for what I had in mind, so I just went ahead with it and used it. What I'm doing next is I'm basically retracing my steps and making sure everything I did, the sloppy cleaning of the background, is all undone. The steps back and then make sure it all looks really nicely, and then I was like, well, this sim looks a little bit bland, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going over to the left section. Also, another section is just out of range of the screen, and it's right underneath where it says direct detection, which is under the big box with all the brushes. Now you're gonna just select, you need to select something for it to work, so you can either use the box or the lasso, which is the swirly thing next to the wand. You want to just select the area you want to use, and you go to free to form, which basically means you can just drag the thing, drag this piece of whatever you have into any shape you want. Just remember that you do, like you'll see with me, you'll sometimes get a sparse area, so you kind of just need to adjust it again and drag it down and drag it up, and it's kind of like a process of finding out what works for you. But I've been using Paint Tool Sci for about 10 years now, so I really know how to work this. It's actually a lot easier than it seems. Also, don't forget to brighten up the contrast and the brightness of your sim because it's gonna look a little bit vague against the vibrant, the colorful contrast of the actual banner. At least I always do this. And I also use the Illuminati tool also for just some extra shine in the eyes, in the lips, and on the sim itself, but it's just really optional if you want to use that or not. Something else I can tell you about is the line tool, or what is the proper name for this. It's called New Line Work. You have an option to either use on the left your curve or your align tool. You can also use the pen, but a pen works if you have a tablet. My tablet broke, so I did it with the hand, but you can... No, my tablet is broken, so I had to do it with the curve and line tool, but you can definitely use it by hand if you have a pen tool. I know what you guys are gonna think. Wow, you just skipped the total Gimp and Pig Monkey part. In fact, I did, and I'm not sure why. I thought I pressed record, but I totally didn't. So I'm just gonna quickly explain what I did after, well, after the last thing you saw. So basically what you see right now is me adding some pop-ups. And as you can see, I added a circle and some text and outlined the circle, not the circle, it's kind of like the diamond shaped thingies behind the scenes. Orange line just to make it a little bit better. But because I know you guys, I have not showed that. I'll just edit in at the end, which is actually right now today, which is when I'm doing the voiceover and not yesterday when I was actually doing it. So there might be a little bit of a difference in how it really is, because I'm obviously not making it right now, but I felt like I still needed to kind of talk it through and explain it how I did it, because I did say I was going to show you guys how I did it and I never. Alright, so we're here in Pig Monkey, and obviously this is not the final banner, but I figured out I'd show you guys with this, since this is the only thing I really had left, which was unedited. Well, at least in such a way I can still add text, if that makes sense. So you want to go to this apple thing here, and we're gonna go with the sweetheart. And then you want to go here and select the banners. And I'm not sure, but it's one of those, to be honest, which we used. And just a quick tutorial, just go here, and here you can select your color, make it bigger. This circle here, you can just go ahead and switch it around. Right click and go to duplicate overlay, and you'll have two. You can also set it backwards, or let me make this black, so you have two layers. Right now the white is on top of the black. Well, let's say you want you know, white outline on your black. You go like this, set it backwards, and then you bring it underneath this. You can also just blend it out, darken, difference, highlight, lighten. There's a lot of things you can do, but I basically just had the first example, so this white thing, and then I believe I went to the labels, and then we have this one, and we have this one. This one is the compact one, which is just, you know, full colored one. And I think I just basically did the same. I just made this circle thingy right here and then made the background orange and then bring it backwards or forwards, one or the other. And then I made these smaller, put in, made it look a little less obvious. Something like that, and then put the text over it, which I think the text is kind of like I said, really self-explanatory because there's not much to tell about. I'll just put the text there. I guess I can show you guys. Oh, why don't I just show you guys? Alright, so I'm just gonna give you a crash course on how to use Gimp, and in the background is actually the video we're watching right now, which I'm editing. Yes, I was doing the voiceovers, and that's when I decided I needed to do this, so excuse the fact that it's very, very unprofessional, of course. But I just figured out I'll just give you like a crash course on how to use Gimp, just because I feel like this is for noobs. Noobs usually don't understand things, no offense, so we need to be as explaining as we can. Or at least as much as I know, because Gimp is not my friend right there. Gimp ain't no my friend. I know how to use text, that's basically everything. So what you want to do is, I just had my drawing, my sim right here. Let's pretend this is a sim. This is a drawing with the mouse. Let me, oh, you'll watch me. I'm gonna get carried away with this. So here we have here, and click the text, and then you're just gonna be like, I don't know, why? Yes, that is exactly what she would say at this moment. And then you're gonna just go here, select this, or it won't work. So you're gonna select the text, and then you'll go to like 180. That's usually what I use, 180, 300, depending on whatever I want. Here you can change the colors, and here you just change, pick a letter and just change it to whatever font you want. I think I used KBs, no, not KBs, G's, okay, I cannot, no, KGAs, KGBs, KGs, sorry, KGs. I'm pretty sure I used KG, always a good time, KG's happy solid. Could be that I used KG happy. I'm not sure for the first one, so I would have to, you know, check myself. But it's definitely KG have a good time and KG solid, which I used pretty bad. But yeah, so let's say you wanna, you know, if your text right here, you wanna rotate it. So you go over here to this blue thing, click on it, and then you just spin it around, baby. And then if you have this thing, you can just make it bigger, smaller. Be aware that if you wanna, you know, change your font again after dragging it or after resizing it, you'll probably have to start over again, because it will not change whatsoever if you have edited. So if you wanna, you know, add another T or be like, okay, this font is terrible, you just can't unless you wanna start over again. And that's basically everything. Oh, we have this thing. This is the loop. If you're, because for someone like me, I always lose this thing. So if you want to find this thing and you lost it, just double click on this and it'll come back. And for someone like me as well, I always accidentally close layers. If you did that, go here to recently closed docs. That's what it says here, at least. And then, you know, there's no. But if I just go here, you know, I just, oops, and then you go here, and then it comes back again. Yay! You know, here for bucket, here is your, you know, your drop tool, which you can select colors from, and once again, here you have, you know, the dragging lines, which you also have a producer. And I did a separate video on how to remove backgrounds with The Sims, with a green screen or any other kind of color. So if you want to see that, I suggest go to my channel and type in green screen or paint, not paint tools, like Gimp tutorial, like something like Gimp tutorials, green screen, something like that. I did a separate video about it, so I won't explain it again, but it's also how I remove my background for my Sims. So I think that's quite the video right now. I think I did my banner. I showed you guys how I did my banner. And I think it's time for bed. Pretty tired. What about you, Dopey? Oh, he's like, yep, I'm so tired. I'm not talking to myself, by the way. There's a cat sleeping on my lap. So, just because you're gonna be like, this girl's a noob and crazy. Like, yeah, I know. Nope, don't even. Nope, don't go there. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you made it better and, you know, you had any kind of help from this, not really tutorial, but let me know if you had some, you know, it helped in any kind of way. And yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.